Title: The Botanist's Rot. The moment I stepped back into my childhood home, the air felt thick, like a heavy fog that clung to my skin, whispering secrets of the past. I could almost hear their laughter again, the cruel, mocking laughter of my family, ringing in my ears like a death knell. I had returned as a pariah, a once-lost soul reborn into something darker, something that had been forged in the fires of disbelief and scorn. Look who crawled back. My sister sneered when she spotted me at the threshold. Her voice dripped with the same contempt that had chased me into the wilds of haunted botany, that unrelenting obsession I had pursued for years while they dismissed me as delusional. Didn't we warn you that this botanical necromancy would ruin your life? I swallowed hard, the memories flooding back, my mother's tearful insistence that I was disgracing the family, my father's cold. They had thought my studies into cursed plants and their ravenous hunger for souls were a descent into madness. But as I stood there, a chill ran down my spine, echoing their doubts, now twisted into an unsettling truth. I was no longer the naive pathologist they once knew. I had ventured into the heart of darkness, and it had reshaped me. I glanced around the house, its familiar warmth now tainted by the shadow of my return. My family's judgment wrapped around me like a noose, but I pressed forward, carrying with me the knowledge of things that lurk just beneath the surface of our reality. I could feel the weight of their disbelief, a tangible thing, yet I was determined to show them the truth. "Let me show you something," I said, my voice steady, though my heart raced. The valley of my obsession stretched behind me, a landscape littered with horrors that I had encountered and survived. Now, I would unveil a fraction of that darkness to them. Their skepticism hung in the air as I led them into the garden, once a place of laughter and innocence, now overgrown and suffocating with the stench of decay. I had brought along a small sample of my work, a single twisted plant that pulsed with an unnatural energy, its leaves shimmering with a malevolent sheen. "This is the Wraith Blossom," I said, holding it up for them to see. "It feeds on fear, thrives on despair. It's been known to lure the unsuspecting with its beauty before consuming them whole." My sister rolled her eyes, while father scoffed. "You expect us to believe that? It's just a plant, for God's sake." I could feel the heat rising in my chest. "You've always thought I was mad, haven't you? But the truth is, you can't ignore what you refuse to understand." As if summoned by my defiance, a gust of wind swept through the garden, sending shivers down my spine. The Wraith Blossom quivered in my grasp, its leaves rustling with a sound that almost resembled laughter. I raised it higher, forcing them to confront the reality of my words. "Look closer," I urged, and then as they stepped forward, the air thickened with a palpable tension. Suddenly, a sharp crack echoed from the depths of the garden, and I turned just in time to see the shadows shift and coil. The flowers, once mere decorations, began to bloom with dark, vibrant colors, their petals unfurling like gaping mouths. The air trembled as the garden came alive, each plant twisting and writhing in a grotesque dance of hunger. My family gasped, their laughter replaced by horror, as the Wraith Blossom released a cloud of dark mist that slithered through the air, wrapping around them like a serpent. Their faces drained of color, and I could see the dawning realization in their eyes. They were witnessing the very essence of the macabre world I had tried to warn them about. "Please, stop! This isn't real!" my mother cried, her voice quivering. But it was all too real. I'd gazed into the void of nature's darkest corners and had come back with scars that would never heal. I stepped back, the weight of my knowledge resting heavily on my shoulders. I knew what this garden could do, that its beauty was a disguise for something far more sinister. "Do you see? Do you understand now?" I whispered. my voice breaking against the backdrop of their terror. This is what you mocked. This is what I faced alone. As the Wraith Blossom's tendrils began to reach for them, a cacophony of whispers filled the air, echoes of the souls it had claimed, a chilling chorus of their fears. My family stumbled back, their disbelief crumbling like brittle leaves beneath their feet. "Please, it's just a plant," my father shouted, but the desperate plea fell flat against the weight of the truth. I felt a surge of vindication course through me, a dark thrill that mingled with the pain of their fear. They had cast me out, called my pursuits insane. Yet here we stood, and the horror they had dismissed now loomed large, undeniable. As the shadows closed in, I stepped forward, the Wraith Blossom held aloft like a banner of defiance. "You should have believed me," I said, my voice steady. "You should have listened." And just like that, the garden erupted into chaos. The plants reaching for my family, their screams echoing through the night. I could only watch as the very thing they had ridiculed consumed their disbelief, leaving them with nothing but the bitter taste of their own scorn. When the storm of shadows finally settled, I turned away, leaving behind the remnants of my family and their shattered perceptions. I had become a guardian of the truth, a harbinger of what lies hidden beneath the surface of our world. And as I walked away, I could feel the weight of the Wraith Blossom's power thrumming at my side, a chilling reminder of the cost of disbelief. In the end, I had earned my place among the haunted, the cursed, and the forsaken. My family had paid the price for their ignorance, and I, the botanist of shadows, had become something far beyond their wildest nightmares.